Hello, Dmitry. Today I want to know more about your product and tell us more information and in details what you're in the whole market and what is the subject interesting in the whole market, what you produce. Tell us about history,
Sure.
this subject. Yeah?
So we started our company about 2.5 years ago, and at the time we realized that email is a really big problem. It was already big and getting much worse. A lot of people really get far too much email than they can process. So an average person gets, I think, around 100 emails per day and spends 15 or 17 hours a week reading and responding to emails, which is 28% of our time is basically spent on something that we didn't used to do 5 years ago. Right? Email is relatively new. We try to figure out how to solve this problem. So what we did is we built a product that figures out what's important and what's not based on your personal behavior. And based on this information, we move unimportant emails out of your inbox into a separate folder in your email and send you a summary of those emails once a day. So what this lets you do is you don't lose anything, you don't miss anything, but you kind of, your inbox is saved for important things that you do during the day, and then when you have time, you can kind of scroll through everything else and process and basically delete it all in bulk, or kind of see if anything is in the wrong place.
Yeah.
And if you make a mistake, you just move it to the inbox or vice versa, and that trains our algorithm for the future.
So, and how long this going on?
So we launched 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
And since then we added a lot more features. So we kept building the product, and so when we started, we were just a Gmail only solution. So we worked only on Gmail. And the funny story is, about a month after we launched into our beta, Gmail launched Priority Inbox, which was doing exactly what we were doing, and it was free, and it was on Gmail. So with a native solution to Gmail. So half of our users left on that day, and we were very upset. Since then, most of them came back, and now 60% of our users are Gmail users, and they prefer to pay us money every month instead of using Gmail's free solution for free.
So this information from mostly users from Gmail, and who are your clients mostly?
So 60% Gmail. The rest is split evenly between Yahoo, Microsoft Exchange. We actually have users on Mail.ru and Yandex as well. Lots of different services. Who are they? Anybody with a desk job. When we started, it was actually a little surprising. We had a lot of venture capitalists and journalists using our product. So we were afraid that it was a solution just for the very public people. We called this a Google test.
Yeah.
We would Google our people who signed up, and every single time it was somebody famous, like we actually them, or a lot of things would come up. And then maybe a year later, that was no longer the case. It was just average people who don't show up in Google.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, it's anybody with a desk job. So we have doctors, students. It's still a lot of kind of startup and technology people, just because they're closer to the space. But developers, marketing, sales, literally everybody. But
everybody.
I would say it's not construction workers. It's people with a desk job. So
this depends on which profession, who you are, and for what you need this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, what it comes down to, we actually did this analysis recently.
Yeah.
The main way to describe our users is people who get at least. So our average person gets 50 emails a day.
Yeah.
So half of the people get less than 50, half get more than 50.
Yeah, sure.
But so the average is around there. So if you get 10 emails,
Yeah.
it's probably not it's not a problem.
It's not a problem. Yeah.
I get, I think, 120 around there. So for me, it saves me a couple hours a day.
Depends. It depends on which profession you are doing in your life.
Yeah.
So, one more question about interest in for about confidential information, and from my side, I'm interested in how can I be sure in my post.
Yep.
So, and the whole information is confidential.
Yes.
For sure, and how I can be sure in it. Yeah.
So this is our top priority because everybody has the same question.
Yeah.
Really. In fact, our biggest challenge is people. It's a trust issue.
Important.
It's very important.
Yeah.
And because of this, we take it really seriously. So there are a couple of things that we do. One is we never look at the text. So our machines can never see the text of your emails.
So this is machine. This is not the one person sitting and looking about what's all information. Yeah, because our clients, they don't know how it's doing and.
Right. No, we don't have people in India looking through emails. No, so it's all computers, and what's interesting, so neither computers nor our employees can see the text of the emails.
Yeah.
All we do is we look at the what's called the header of the email, which is just a bunch of numbers and letters, and the subject line. And based on this information, we look at your history of your email. We look at whose emails you open, how quickly you open them, whose emails do you respond to, how quickly you respond to them, and it's just a really, really long list of things that we look at. Your social network connections and so on. So if we get hacked, which can't really happen, it's a separate story. If we do get hacked, they wouldn't find anything. We don't have any information of yours.
Yeah, and the whole main function of this subject of your company, yeah, the whole main 1, 2, 3 maybe a main function, which.
So we filter out. So the main feature is we filter out and summarize unimportant emails.
Yeah.
So that we don't delete anything. We just move them in a separate place where it doesn't interrupt you, and we send you a summary. And you can also go and look at them when you have time. Over time, we built a lot of other features. So one of them is one of my favorites is it's called black hole. So it's basically if you want to unsubscribe from an email. Rather than clicking unsubscribe, and actually it's pretty dangerous because what you're doing is you're exposing yourself as a person who checks their email. So if the sender is a spammer, then he'll put you on more spam.
Yeah.
So unsubscribing is dangerous. What you can do is drag this email to same black hole, and you'll never see those emails again. They will go straight to trash.
Interesting. Yeah.
The one other thing I actually forgot before is it's called Remind Me. The way it works is, let's say I send you an email and I want to make sure you get back to me. So I would put in the CC or BCC line, I'll put 1 week at Sanebox, or tomorrow at Sanebox, or March 20th at Sanebox. And if I don't hear back from you, I'll get a reminder. So it's great for salespeople, for marketers.
Yeah.
Then we scan your spam folder for emails that are not spam, that are caught there by mistake. And we get them out. And so actually, a funny story, one of our customers he was emailing somebody, like a senior executive at Google, in his Gmail account. And this Google employee's email went to his spam folder. And our service actually found it and moved it out. So basically you'll never have to go through your spam folder. Then a few more things. For example, you can kind of snooze emails. So if an email is important but not urgent, you can move it to this folder called Sane Tomorrow or Sane Next Week, and it will move out of your inbox, and you put that back in your inbox tomorrow or next Monday.
Is it popular? Your in the whole market, in the whole world? I don't know, because is it popular, and how many users you?
So I can't tell you how many users we have. It's less than 1 million. That's the next announcement we'll make. But it's definitely popular. And I'll tell you what. So we have a free trial for 2 weeks. Then everybody has to pay. And the way if you get at least 60 emails a day, 45% of those people give us money after 2 weeks. So if you get 60 emails or more and you try the product, there's a 45% chance you'll give us money. which is a really, really high conversion rate for
high,
startup.
yeah. And mostly it's Russia or other countries, or which countries?
It's 65% US,
Yeah.
so we're based in the States, and 35% everywhere else. So Russia is not in the top, but it's
So it's
definitely
huge.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting too is because we don't look at the text of the emails, at the words, we only look at the data.
Yeah.
We work in any language. So we have customers in China that say it works great in Chinese,
And Chinese also use
and we never built it that way. So.
Oh, really? So let's talk about concurrency. Do you have in this sphere any concurrency, and which function more interesting you can suggest? Yeah.
So I consider our main competitor is Gmail's own priority inbox service, which is what we talked about earlier. It's free, and it works on Gmail, and 60% of our customers are on Gmail. So obviously it's a risk. But again, 2 years later, we're still doing a better job than them, and we have people paying us money to use something that Gmail offers for free, and the difference is quality. And I think one of the reasons is not being a free service. We actually, since we charge money for our product, it gives us kind of room to do it better, to have the kind of to run a more expensive process to make the product better and more accurate. And that is the main thing we hear from people who kind of tried Gmail's priority inbox and then went to us, is that our product just works better.
Okay, Dmitry. What else in details can be interesting in our clients, and which more information, which is more important, you think?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it's if you spend too much time doing your email, if you get a lot of email and it's annoying, you should try our product, because if you don't like it, we'll put everything right back to where it was. It's really easy to cancel. You don't have to pay us anything, but chances are you will like it.
And how you like it, yeah?
Right.
For sure, it's it's very interesting idea. Yeah. And how long this idea is growing up?
It's about 2.5 years.
2.5 years.
Yeah, I mean, we started as a Gmail-only product, and then so now we support pretty much any email provider. One thing we forgot to mention is it works in almost any email provider, on any email client, so Outlook, Apple Mail, anything.
So it's from other emails. It's not only Gmail or Yahoo. It's any.
Right. So it works on any client and any device. So it works the same way on your phone as it does anywhere else, and you don't have to install anything locally. And the reason is all we do is a folder to your mail server, so you'll see that folder anywhere you check your email.
Is it expensive? And how I need to pay for?
Sure.
Yeah.
So you can, after the 2 weeks, you can choose we have 3 plans. The basic plan costs $50 for 2 years, which is $2 a month. The most expensive plan is $300 a year. So it's
the most expensive.
Yeah. So it's the plans are $39 a year, $89 a year, or $300 a year. And if you go for 2 years, it's cheaper.
So it's like cards, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. And where I can buy it?
Sanebox.com. So SANEBOX.com.
Okay. Thank you, Dmitry. It was very interesting to know this information about your company and about this subject. And I hope and I'm sure that from this time, more people will be interested in this product. Thank you.
Thank you.